Need the mustard seed, baby. That's it. All you need is mustard seed.
What's happening, YouTube? You got the whole Monday night crew, the money-making Monday night crew, J-Mo, Larry, Nita the Diva, and of course the first lady of the channel right now, Muchella, who hang with the fellas.
I feel like I'm in good company, man.
You are. You damn right you in good company, because ain't nobody on this panel gonna lie to you. We ain't no sugarcoating MFers on this panel.
No, sorry. No,
we're gonna tell you what the hell we feeling and how we feel it and what we see. Ain't gonna be none of that fake it till we make it on this panel. This is a real panel right here. That's why
I don't know, man. I think Nita told me I was handsome once, and I know she was full of crap.
Oh man, I feel bad. I didn't know Nita hand out free compliments. Damn, she ain't told me nothing. I think
she took her contacts out that day. I think that's all it was.
Oh, okay.
You thought you were somebody else?
You know?
Right. Well,
but I felt special.
Well, people, you know we're gonna rock this power thing. But before we do, I do want to say something about Michael K. Williams. I think that he might have his role on The Wire might have an impact on pretty much everybody on the panel. My people, this is the latest we've got on him, and then we'll let you guys say something in a quick window about Michael K. Williams.
And we are following a developing story from New York. The body of actor Michael K. Williams was found inside his Brooklyn apartment this afternoon. Although he had a number of roles throughout his two-decade career, he was perhaps best known, certainly here, for playing Omar Little on The Wire, which was a gritty look at Baltimore's drug trade. Michael K. Williams was 54. We don't have word yet on the cause of death.
Damn. Boy, now we got word, me and Muchella got word on the cause of death. They saying it was a heroin overdose. They found heroin on a table next to where he fell out at. His nephew found him. And I'll just go around the panel, let you guys say something real quick. Moochie, give me what you feel about this man, and then we'll move to J-Mo.
I feel like we lost a good black actor. He has a long list of credited of things that he has done besides The Wire. The last thing he did won him an award, Lovecraft Country, and as well as with the last thing he did, where I was like he could really play him, was when he did DMX on the BET Awards, and that's like a chilling thing that he actually did his verse of I can't remember what song it was, but it was his song. I think it was whatever song it was. His cadence was like his. Only thing he didn't have was the tone of his voice, but his cadence and everything was just like him in the record, and it was so much emotion. So I was saying he could play him in a movie if they do his life. And look at that, he's gone.
Yeah.
J-Mo, what'd you think?
Yeah, that's unfortunate. You never know what people could be going through. People, the entertainment business, people forget that's a job and that ain't really the people. And you don't know what struggles and stuff they could be going through. And heroin, man, that's a hell of a drug, man. That's the #1 most powerful you can get with, damn near. So man, that's messed up. And for him to be able to be such a good actor and on that type of a drug, wow, because acting is not an easy job. And it's long hours, and you got to memorize. He has a lot of big roles, so he had to memorize a lot of stuff. And wow, it's unfortunate, man. You gotta just say no, because man, you never know what may happen. Nobody has won in the life of using drugs unless they quit, So eventually it get everybody. So stick to just some weed, man, and have a beer or something, man.
Or in my case, stick to when you're not training. Just get fat a little bit. I'll swing it to you, Larry.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what to say, man. I don't want to say anything that's just going to unnecessarily offend people, but I have a serious problem with people who use these hard drugs and then they go and overdose, and then we want to turn around and celebrate their lives. And I just think that sets a bad example to our children and other folks out there who are impressionable. And I mean, we are all given a gift of life that's very limited in time. Whether we think we're growing old or we're dying young, whatever the case is, it's still a very small amount of time relative to what the universe has. And I think it's our responsibility to live that life well. And wasting your money, your time, your energy, your relationships, your health, everything doing drugs. I have a hard time moving past that. And I'm just gonna tell the people out there, don't do drugs. Just don't do drugs. Just find a better, healthier way of getting past whatever you're going through. If you're going through something terrible in your life and you need to escape that, I don't know what you do, whether it be exercise, whether it be, I hate to say eating because that can turn into something very unhealthy too, but maybe, exercise, watching movies, buy a journal and a pen from the dollar store and write, start a podcast, get on YouTube, find something else that occupy your time and your energy and your space and your head. But don't turn to drugs. Just don't. There's no winning. I know people always joke and say, oh, up with hope, down with dope and all that other stuff. But there's no winning when you start doing drugs like that. Either you're going to lose your life, you're going to lose your money, you're going to lose your family, you're going to lose. There's no winning with that.
Especially hard drugs.
Yeah, but he struggled with it for years. He even told his story. When he told the story, he told how he got off of it for a while. So he's been struggling with it off and on. Okay. So, addiction is an everyday thing. And with this pandemic too, a lot of people have sunken into depression. He hasn't been working like he was. So
I feel that. And I will say this.
Let me say this right quick, Larry. I hear what you're saying, but keep in mind, life is kind of hard for everybody. And human beings have been using something to deal with reality. It's weed and beer found in ancient Egypt. You know what I mean? So it's a human experience that people are going to do something. So I'm not saying it's okay. Don't get me wrong. Don't do heroin and crack. That stuff will kill you. I'm not saying go smoke either, but you won't overdose. You just might, raid the fridge or go to sleep or something, But
So I'm going to say this. I'm going to say that people need to learn how to focus on the good in their life and not the bad. Everyone has stuff they deal with. I don't care if you are dead broke and you are living in the gutter, or if you are a billionaire or a billionaire's kid and you've never had to work for anything in your life and always have received the best of that the world has to offer. Everybody has something that they're going through. And I will say this, and that is to focus on the good that is in your life and not the bad. Because if you focus on the good, you're not going to be driven towards drugs. You're not going to be driven towards destructive behavior. But if all you focus on is on the bad stuff that you have in your life. I mean, this man was wealthy and famous. He was a gay dude who was living in a time where it was actually cool and advantageous in his circles to be gay.
I didn't know.
And yet he still found the need to.
I didn't think he was gay.
Yeah, they said he was married to a woman.
Yeah, the last person he was messing with was the twin that be on with Tyler Perry, the one that was on what's this? Why Did I Get Married?
Okay. Well, every character he's ever played on TV has been gay, so I assumed he was gay.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's a good point, though.
I mean, every character he's played has been gay.
Yeah,
he did.
Who knows? Maybe he was struggling with that.
Nita, you got anything you want to say?
I really don't want to focus on that. Actually, I never knew that he was dealing with a drug problem. I didn't. His talent always just outweighed everything else for me. I didn't hear any personal stories about that tragedy in his life. So this really took me by surprise because with the magnitude of his talent, I just did not see that was where we were going with this. Like I had no idea. This really took me by surprise. And when Friday put it out, they didn't mention anything about the drugs. But when I looked at New York Post, that's when I saw the stuff about the drugs being found in the house. I was like, oh no, and I don't want to judge anyone. I'm not, I don't want to be that person, especially in somebody's untimely demise. You do what you do, you suffer the consequences, and that is one of those things, especially when you're dealing with hard substances like that. You taking a crapshoot every time you put your lips around that pipe. So you just don't know. Like, you just don't know. And so, I'm very sad for him, his family. I kind of have a different experience with transitioning and death and stuff like that. I don't, sometimes I don't think about it like that. I just kind of be like, you're going into the next transition of life, and I'm glad that he made an impact positively while he was here. His work will always be there and speak for him, and I'm just sad to hear, and I feel bad for the family and people who took this hard as his fans and supporters and things of that nature. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, people.
I mean, you got to be going through a lot to turn to heroin, man. I don't know. That's. Whew.
I'm sure over the next couple of days we'll get all the stories about how it started, how it happened. But at some point in time, man, stuff like that, you've got to get out your life. At some point in time, you've got to turn that corner and do better for the sake of everybody that loves you. So, but we'll move on and we'll talk a little bit of power. Let me give you guys the opening and then we'll start breaking it down from the beginning.
You,
Larry. Yeah. Anyway, somebody's never mind.
Lamont, can I say something right quick? Do you mind?
Yeah, go for it. Now, quick, like 30 seconds, quick.
Okay. I just want to point out, I saw No Man point out, he said in the comments, he said him, Chadwick, and Mahershala were holding it down. And this is one of the problems that I have celebrating people who die from drug overdoses like this, because I don't think they should be celebrated in the same way. You look at someone like Chadwick Boseman, who did not abuse his body. He knew he was dying from something. He took as good of care of his body as he possibly could and got as much work in as he could before his gift of life expired. This, as much as I love this dude that in the roles that he played and the characters that he played, he abused his body until his body gave out. That's not something to be celebrated. And I know people are going to hate me for saying this because no one likes talking about these issues. But the fact of the matter is that you abuse your body will eventually say no. And those people don't need to be celebrated in the same way, because other kids out there will see this and then they will do the same thing. They will think that's what's cool. That's being an actor. That's being a rock star. That's being an artist. And then they do it. And we know they'll do it because we see them do it time and time again, generation after generation.
I don't think it's that simple. And I think you should separate the work from the person.
From his struggles.
Just like if it was a fireman and he saved lives and stuff, and it made an impact in people's lives, and then he had a drug addiction and died, you won't say, well, I won't thank him for, making an impact in my life because he did this or that. You can still, make an impact or be inspirational. And then, it could have this stuff, you could learn and say, well, I mean, in the end, he was a person like everybody else. In my experience, people deal with insecurities and stuff. You may see them on TV or this or that. They be struggling. It's a job. So, like, they be trying to get their job done like everybody else.
Yeah, but his job is not like everybody else's. But when a fireman goes to work, he may impact his immediate community. When an actor goes to work and is seen throughout the world, he's impacting the country, maybe globally. So his job is not like everybody else's job, and we can't pretend that it is. And so I cannot sit around and say I want to celebrate his work on the same level as somebody like Chadwick Boseman or Mahershala Ali or any of these other actors that are not out there abusing their bodies. I think to do so is setting a bad example for our youth.
I disagree with you. He has an addiction. That's a sickness. That's a sickness. He has an addiction. They excuse it with white people, but as soon as it's a black person, our own cut us down. He had an addiction problem.
I don't celebrate it with white people either.
He acknowledged it. He had an addiction problem. He acknowledged it. You don't know what's going on in dude's life. The last thing he did was the 9/11 thing with Spike Lee. That's what I'm gonna say about it.
So we're supposed to celebrate the illness? Just because he has an addiction doesn't mean it's more worthy of celebration.
I'm gonna separate his addiction from his peak body of work. I'm sorry. That's just me.
Okay. Well, hold on then. Are you gonna separate
now, Larry, I gave you 30. Larry, I gave you 30.
No,
now it's gonna turn into Larry, chill. I gave you your hot take.
On, man.
You got everybody engaged, and this is supposed to be about power.
Every time.
We 16 minutes into the show, Larry. I gave you your 30 seconds.
Because everybody wants to talk about separating stuff, and that's just a bogus argument. Are you gonna separate Mel Gibson's bigotry and anti-Semitism from his work?
Your emotions from when you make an argument and people disagree. Just shut the hell up.
It's the fact that I keep
it moving.
Either we're gonna.
Larry, do you want to stay on this live stream tonight, or do you want to get off? Do you want to stay or do you want to get off? I mean, that's the question I'm asking. We're not talking about him no more. I gave you your 30 seconds. Right. I let a rebuttal happen. And now you still want to argue with it.
I stopped talking.
So do you want to, you ready to move on?
Yes, I stopped talking.
Okay, let's go. Moochie, you first.
All right.
Back to power, people.
Okay.
In the very beginning of Power, your girl leaves the hospital. We find out Scrappy is dead. Was you in the camp that you thought Scrappy was alive or dead?
I said I thought he was alive. He is alive.
You said that, and I said he was dead, but I was wrong.
Nope, she leaving Jamaica Hospital.
Oh, so you been there?
Yeah, I know where that is.
Okay. Now, J Mo, I'm gonna come to you.
That's right off the Van Wyck, by the way, y'all. Anywho,
excuse me.
Couple of blocks from where they hustle.
Do you think, J Mo, that Scrappy's living is going to have any significance going with this story forward?
I mean, I don't see what he has to offer now. I mean, everybody knows that he was, a turncoat, and I mean, he only got one eye now. He can't, offer too much in the hood. He's a marked man. He's missing a kidney. I mean,
damn. Is he missing a kidney for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, they say he's missing
kidney and an eye.
Yeah.
God
he no longer see eye to eye with the organization. So I don't know how he gonna be able to, have much to offer. He don't have no disability with rock or nothing. So he in trouble, man. So I don't see how he gonna have much to offer. I thought he was dead. I mean, he did get shot in the eye like Bushwick Bill, so I don't know, man. I guess he was able to pull through. So we'll see. Maybe she'll have him in the office, working, doing something or something. I don't know.
Larry, did you find anything interesting about Rock walking out that hospital proclaiming Scrappy is alive and well?
Yeah, I did. There's a couple of things. First, I want to say to everybody in the comments that they're saying about somebody's been checked. There's nothing being checked about respecting somebody else's channel and stopping when they ask you to stop. I stopped. He asked me to stop. I stopped. That's not getting checked. That's showing someone respect for their channel. Next, with Rock, I think this just shows more of who Rock is. Rock is just she's a drug dealer who uses people, and she just used Scrappy, and through his life, she showed his life absolutely no respect. She has no respect for him. She gets up there and she wants to try and cover it up by saying, "Oh, he's a soldier. He's battle tested. He's been in these streets." Really, what she's saying is I don't care about Scrappy's life one iota. If this nigga dies, so be it. If he's alive, then I can continue to use him. But otherwise, she has no respect for him.
You think that she could care less about, like, this is it for her and Scrap?
I mean, if Scrap comes out and she's able to get some more out of it, she can squeeze some more juice out of him, she will.
Damn.
But that's all it is.
He's a battery.
That's all it is. If she can squeeze some more juice out of him, she'll get it out of him. But other than that, Scrap has nothing for her. She doesn't care about him. Not one lick.
Remind me not to work with Rock in the organization. I'm gonna be her morning OJ. I'm gonna be her juice. Whatever she can squeeze out of me, she gonna get me.
She got him. Like she should have yelled at Kanan, though.
I mean, she doesn't shoot. I mean, honestly,
she should have said something to Kanan.
Rock doesn't care about anybody. She didn't even care about Kanan. If she truly did, she would have gotten Kanan out of the game. She would have never got Kanan in the game, and she would have removed him from the situation so he wasn't even around the game. But she didn't do that. Instead, she would rather drive around in a $100,000 vehicle and let her son sell drugs and kill people. So Rock doesn't care about anybody, not even her son, and we can pretend otherwise, but it's just the facts are the facts. We're seeing it on the screen.
Nita, I'm going to come to you. Eric, who super chatted, thank you, my brother. Hi, everyone. Scrappy would be Kanan's mentor. You can book it. I said it first. Well, we'll let you own that, my brother. If it happens, you definitely will get the credit. Nita, how do you feel about Scrappy still being alive, and is there some kind of significance to the story?
Yes, I gave y'all my hot take last week. Just the same way that Nic came to Lou to try to turn him and offer him a one-time deal. You gotta take this deal, or we're not circling back around. You got to deal with it. I think the same offer was on the table, and that's the only way he walked away with his life. And he's going to be a plant because he's tried, true, and tested, and she's not going to see him coming. But you don't let a snitch live to see another day. That's just not how this works. So that's my take on that. But I knew he was alive. I did see him breathing and stuff like that. I did kind of think, I was like, "Ooh, he got real messed up." But for some reason, I just think he's going to be a different type of. He took the deal to keep his life, and that's just what it is. I don't know. We'll see how it play out. That's just my take. If it don't come true, I don't have no hard feelings, y'all.
And as far as
none of us do.
Yeah.
None of us have any hard feelings. I mean, we just wrapping it up on predictions, what we think is going to happen. If it happens, so be it. If it don't, oh well, you ain't losing no sleep. It ain't like they putting a whole lot of money in your pocketbooks for doing these reviews. Now, if they're putting $1 million in there, you might want to be 99% accurate. But since they're not, we'll keep it moving. J-Mo.
I was just going to say right quick, he said not having one eye make you just say he got one kidney and one eye. He could go file for that check.
That kidney, that missing kidney for sure.
Kidney and one, yeah.
Definitely. J-Mo, this is for you. Your boy gives Rock that phone call, and you know what time it is. Whenever they have their little powwows on the phone, he got to go bring that heat with somebody. So he goes after your boy, Unique's #1 guy.
Oh, man.
Oh, Lord, I had this conversation with my wife. He chases homeboy down the hallway, and the door is wide open. Can somebody please tell me, was that the front door? Because my wife swear that wasn't the front door. Was that the front door? Was that the bedroom door? To me, it looked like he was going down the hall. The front door was wide open. He in there getting Krispy Kreme all in between the girl legs. J-Mo, was that the front door? Was that a bedroom door? And how the hell did he miss with a weapon that powerful?
Man, he shouldn't have missed. That looked like a bedroom door to me. He was in an apartment. Somehow he already got into the apartment and was walking down the hallway of the apartment. It was probably like a 2-3 bedroom apartment or something, or a bathroom, and a bedroom was the other doors in there or something. And he interrupted dude while he was at the all you can eat buffet. And He was at a fish fry, and he was supposed to go.
Wow.
And I don't understand how close he needed to get. Did he want to, get a fix a plate? I mean, he's supposed to light him up. You know what I'm saying? Like the 4th of July, he had to get all close and personal. I think he was getting turned on to something like, damn, okay,
wow.
Let me get a little close. Okay, all right, ooh,
man.
You don't let her open her eyes up. You took way too long.
Mm-hmm.
So. That was one of the biggest problems with the episode is that he should have got him with that gun. He didn't need to get that close.
It did jam on him though, so.
Yeah, but that's after he had already been shooting. He should have got him as soon as he walked up and got a couple steps. Could have sprayed him, but he had to take too many shots, took too long. If some people say they got a problem with this episode and that was the problem, I really can't say nothing on that. He should have got him.
I'm gonna come to you, Larry. That was one of my issues with this episode. Lulu is supposed to be a marksman. He go after people, he get them. I just don't understand how he missed Homeboy that close, and he let Homeboy escape out the window and was running all down the middle of the highway naked, flapping everywhere. Larry, come on, man.
This is the thing that gets me about this show is they try and make it out like I feel like they're misrepresenting Marvin. They always make it out like Marvin is just the F up, like he's the one that as they said, he never misses an opportunity to miss an opportunity. Where I keep seeing Lulu just straight screwing up. Like Lulu stays on some BS. And to be honest with you, he rolls up in that house like he's supposed to be some hitman, taking people out. And really, he went in there like he was a bitch man nigga and didn't want to kill that woman. Because if he just would have shot them both, he missed, dude, because he was trying to avoid shooting the girl. What he should have did is walked in there. He should have walked in there, sprayed up that whole damn room and killed everybody and walked out.
So that's why he missed.
I thought that at first, but he ended up spraying the room up anyway once the door was closed and almost shot her anyway. So,
but if he just would have went in there and just sprayed that whole, he could have just did a straight line, straight down from her to him and took them both out. He would have been dead. Sure, she would have been a collateral damage. But you know what? She's hanging out with a dude in that life. That's the risk you take. She knows what risk she's taking being with people like that. It's what it is. But he was up there trying to be all gangster, and then he didn't want to take. If you're gonna try and be all professional like that, then don't sneak into somebody's house with a Uzi. Go sit up on a building somewhere and hit that dude with a sniper rifle or something. If you're gonna try and be all professional, otherwise just go in there and shoot the whole place up, take everybody out in there, and then leave. I mean, that was just dumb. And everybody wants to act like Marvin's the one screwing up. How you get in there? You're 2 feet from the dude with a damn Uzi and you can't hit anything.
2 feet. 2. The man said to Nita, I'm coming to you now. The people speaking. You is 2 feet away from a dude who got his face planted in the ocean. All right. The woman's eyes is closed, rolled in the back of her head. There is no excuse. You shouldn't have got them both. Like Larry said, no excuse. Nita, can you shed some light on this very dark subject?
Well, I definitely call BS on it. I call BS on the whole. That actually got I call BS category on my review. That was, I don't know, it was just unbelievable to me. I understand the kickback from the Tech 9 and it just started going crazy and stuff like that. But you got other stuff at your disposal. If you don't know how a piece of machinery works, then use what the hell you know what to use. I don't get it. I'm like, how do you miss a target? The target isn't moving. The target is right there. How do you miss that? That was just insane to me. I don't know. He might have wanted to get them a plate too.
Right. That's what it was, boy. I mean, she was a cutie.
Yeah, and did you see the way her eyes were rolling in the back of her head? Man. Moochie,
actress, huh?
Get on in there, Moochie.
I'm mad that he messed up. I see that girl, she left the comment. She left the comment saying that that's your man, he's messing up. And I was disappointed in him too. I was disappointed, but I want to know if he put that girl on him. Maybe that's why he was trying to be careful.
If that were the case, she wouldn't have been screaming.
Or did he intentionally miss?
I feel like he intentionally missed.
That's what I'm thinking.
I feel like it was more warning shot.
Like a warning shot.
Yeah.
No, y'all. Y'all.
Can you imagine what they would have been talking about if Marvin had done that? If Marvin had missed, could you imagine?
Well, they got on him too now. They got on him too.
They didn't really get on him.
When they came back to Baisley, they was like, your head is not. She said, Rock said, can you get your head out of the music and get your aim right? That's what she said to him. Well, I don't know if he's gonna have another opportunity like that.
Let me shout out my super chatters, Moochie. I got Buzz 703 who always come through 703, and we got TP coming through with the 99-cent super sticker. We take them all. I appreciate it. Larry, you on deck, my brother. Oh boy, this made me mad too, man. That damn power made me mad. Not that part. Excuse me, I'm dealing with these dark ass clips. Oh, this right here. Kanan decides to have a little romantic dinner at a high-end restaurant. He brings Davina. He brings his mama, who was looking right in that dress, might I add you. And then he also invites my boy Symphony, who I was giving credit for just walking away from Rock. You don't need to deal with it, but we all said he was going to come back. Larry, he comes back. Not only does he come back, she's mad with him, got an attitude with him, when technically he ain't really done nothing wrong. If anything, he's trying to help. And so to lure her back in, Larry, he gives her the story of how he likes white people music, white people dancing, to further buffer his point about being a diverse L7 brother. And she falls for it, hook, line, and sinker. Next thing you know, they smashing again. Larry, take the wheel, man. Take the wheel.
I'll tell you, there's a couple of things. One, I hope that Symphony just goes and finds himself like a nice woman that happens to be the daughter of a developer or something. He can join the family business and build some buildings and live a nice, healthy, peaceful life away from these folks. Or I hope he turns out to be 5-0. One of the two.
Ooh, I think it's too late for that one, but
I think he's going to be a casualty.
I'll be honest with you. I need somebody on this show to root for, and right now, the only person I can actually root for on this show is the white cop, the white female cop. That's the only one that's on this show who's not a piece of garbage.
Not yet.
Not yet. That's it. Everybody else is a straight up criminal piece of garbage. I need somebody on here to root for. Like they need to give us one.
What about Officer not Milk Dud? Yeah, I'm about to mess him up with another show. Officer Malcolm.
You talking about the criminal cop who's rooting for the drug dealer for Unique to win?
There you go. That one? Yeah, never mind.
You know?
Wait, why you say Symphony? You can't root for him. I mean, he got in love with the wrong woman.
Nah, Symphony knew exactly what he was getting. So, like, for instance, just how like that chick almost got shot up and got turned to collateral damage. If Symphony gets turned to collateral damage, I'm just gonna be like, oh well, he knew what he was getting into. He knew exactly the world she was in and what she was doing, and he said as much when he met her. He said, "I know what you do. I'm not afraid of that. I'm not afraid of you." You know. So when somebody comes and picks up Symphony, when Unique's mans and them come and pick him up, and they go beat this dude and halfway kill him, I'm gonna be like, oh well, I hope she was worth it. You know?
Symphony is the type of L7 diverse dude. He might know every form of martial arts like Shang-Chi did in the Marvel movie, and he might whip some ass whether they got bullets or anything. He might pull out 10 rings for all we know. Brother knows something. I'm about to come to you, Nita, but let me shout out Adam Furman, who came through with the big time $20 super chat. Good evening, Life Games Avengers. Hope everything is good and cool with y'all. My brother, you know you getting a video for that. Let me keep it New York.
First it was the Benzo, now I'm in the Enzo. Ferrari, I'm sorry, I keep blowing up. They call me the cake man, the strawberry shake man. I get it.
All right, my brother, I appreciate that. Now, Nita, how do you feel about Symphony coming back and sucking back into Rock and Rock sitting on top of him with his penis up in her, talking about she want to have his baby when she retired from the game and all kinds of foolishness, and he up there talking about some, yeah, I can have your baby. Yeah. Like, dude, no, nigga, no. That's that penis. That's that Moochella, your brain froze talking.
I told you y'all be going deaf, dumb, and blind for 3 seconds when y'all bust off.
Well, that was longer than 3 seconds, but Nita jump on in there.
He was definitely dumb.
Yeah. He was just saying, how can I neutralize this situation where it's not a yes and it's not a no? So he went the smart route. It was like, you know what? I could see that. Meanwhile, you need to be at the doctor's getting your snip, or even put on a condom. Because I ain't seen none of the adults wear no condoms. I'm just saying. I did see Davina and Kanan use one, but that Lulu and the Puerto Rican mommy, no. She gonna be pregnant. And I mean, if you're screwing without a condom, that's what you want to happen, obviously. So he must be okay with it. But yeah, they was getting in that work, that makeup sex. Ain't it something of that show?
That is true.
They had like 3 daggone makeup sessions. I mean, I'm like, my goodness, man, dude, young and spry, huh?
They were for lost time.
Right. God almighty, bro. Put the pistol away sometime.
Right. All
right, Mooch. I know you ready to get the Hammer Squad together. Yeah. Go ahead and get the Hammer Squad together.
Not only did Warrell eat some cookies.
Oh Lord.
So did Symphony.
He ain't eat no cookies. Stop.
Yes, he did. I don't know what you're talking about. Did you watch that scene?
I watched it, man. I just want to argue.
Yes, he did.
Now, somebody said that they weren't using condoms in the 90s. Yes, we was. But everybody was young Mar TV. But we wasn't eating a lot of cookies.
Oh, Lord. No, she didn't.
Right. Well, at least I was behind.
I know I got my cookies eaten.
I said we wasn't eating a lot. We wasn't eating a lot. Man,
it was a cookie eating episode.
Now, look. Moochie little sidekick here, because for every Batman there's a Robin. Moochie little sidekick here gonna slide up into the comment section saying, yes, Moochie, it was cookie eating episodes. Subscribe to Rewind That's channel, y'all. She want to slide in here and throw in some cookie.
Who was the cookie monster out of them two? Royal was the cookie monster because he was down there. He was down there going in. But
yeah, he was bending knee.
You know what? If he was such a tough cookie monster, when the bullets start spraying, he would have stayed down there and finished the job.
They about to die in the lap.
Yeah, Shakespeare. Y'all got me sidetracked. With this scene, when she said she wants to get out of the game, I was happy to hear that.
Okay.
But it's kind of like not all the way. And I think she heard what Lulu was saying when he was like, we got to have some sort of legal side to this.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they get pinched, all of them is going. The whole family.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw that. As far as Symphony, he opened. I was wrong about her coming back to him. Like, I thought she was going to come to him to apologize, but she did apologize.
I was about to say, she did apologize.
Yeah, but I thought she was going to be the one to seek him.
Okay. All right. J-Mo, finish us off, my brother.
I mean, he must be out of his mind if he have a baby with her. And you already see how she could be if you get on the wrong side. If she end up y'all breaking up and she your baby mama, that's the type you gonna end up dead. Forget about that, right? Your car ain't gonna get keyed. You gonna be dead.
Dead at 86th hour. You don't see your kid no more, like Detective Howard.
Right. And I saw some people say they was eating a lot of cookies. More power to you, man. Enjoy that sweet tooth, man. But maybe my learning curve was behind in the 90s. I was young, a teenager, so I don't know. Maybe I wasn't ready yet.
You was listening to that crap they was telling you in high school, because the men, them other high school boys was telling you, ew, I don't do that. It's nasty. It's gonna make you grow facial hair. When they was probably the main purveyors of eating cookie, the ones telling you it was nasty.
Probably had a full Abraham Lincoln beard and whatnot.
Exactly.
I had a beard a long time, but I don't know. I just don't know. You know, I maybe I was, you know, a slow learning curve, man. I don't know, but that ain't something that I was ready for at that time. But you know, we could reverse it, and then I was more than willing to allow it the other way around, and you know, but
I'm sure. Nita, it's your turn. I'm sure you were enjoying that side of it.
I never complained on that one.
So we get our first good look at White Nic. I should be saying our last couple of looks at White Nic walking down the street with Juke. And, you know, she's got some kind of fancy ball she's going to. We call it Fancy Gap. And her parents are trying to set her up with a dude, because in their heart, the parents know she's a lesbian, but they trying to deny it. The mama's even so trying to deny it that she's trying to basically tell the girl to have sex with this dude. I guess she thought that he was going to fuck the gay out of her. I don't know what the mama was thinking, but she gets Juke to go get a dress. And in the process of getting this dress to go to this ball, Juke really embraces who she is. She's like, F these dresses, I'm going to put on a suit. Start from all that, Nita, where you want to go with all that.
I'll tell you, yeah, that mom sounded like Bootsy.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. Anyway, so let me start talking about him. He is low vibration. I'm not going there. But with this thing right here, I just thought it was so cute with Juke and Nicole. I felt so bad. And I have another I call bullshit moment with Nicole. Like, we didn't get there yet. I'm not gonna get on my horse. I'm just gonna say that mom, she was like really gross. She was like, the girl said you can't get pregnant off of lesbian sex. I'm like, right, that's one. And two, the father come in there and talk about what happened. Mom just said I can have
he always plays.
He was like, what? He always, that's his favorite look. What is going on here? Like, he is totally out the loop with everything. I just love the father. I don't like that mother, but I love the father. I like him. He is funny to me. Right. Oh, Lamont, where's your It's so hard to say goodbye to Nicole.
Oh yeah, you didn't do that.
You normally do that. Well,
man, I might do that video tomorrow.
Okay, we did that for Mike.
Yeah. I might dedicate a whole video for her, because the people hit me in my DMs on Instagram and told me about that leak, and everybody watched that damn video. That video went like 15,000 views in like 3 days. So people apparently like leaks happening.
Well, did you know that Hulu leaked episode 8 too?
No, but if you could send it to me, I would love to have clips of it.
No, they took it off.
Oh,
they took it off.
Well, Mooch, you got to be quick, Mooch. You're supposed to be my left hand. You got to be quick. You got to download.
I know 50 was complaining about it. They leaked that, and they leaked episode 8.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Larry.
They took it off though, but you know it was up there for a while. So if you watched it and went right into the next one, then you probably saw it.
Okay. My people on the street.
Chat?
Yep, my people on the street. If you done got some access, you know something, hit me in the DMs. Please be sure to like this video. We got 330 people watching. Let me get 330 likes as we slide over to the brother Larry. Dive on into that White Nic jukebox situation, Larry, wherever you see fit.
Don't steal.
I thought she quit stealing.
No, I'm talking about Nic.
Oh,
don't steal. You won't get yourself in trouble.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I forgot all about
we didn't get there yet, but okay.
Yeah, we can talk.
He told me to go wherever I want to go with it.
Jump around wherever you want to go.
Oh,
Jump around.
Okay.
So I mean, don't steal from the people. Don't steal in general, and don't steal from the people you love, and you won't run into those issues. She would have been just fine. She would have went to her ball, her little debutante ball. She would have met up with Juke, and she probably would have had a nice life moving forward. But you know, you make dumb decisions like that, you get, you know, I mean, that's what happens.
Yeah, I said
she knows the difference between right and wrong. She chose wrong, so you know she paid the consequences.
Because when I was thinking about it, I was trying to place the blame on Kanan, and I said, "Oh no,
that ain't his fault. That's not even his fault. If anybody's to blame in this situation, it's Crown Camacho and Jessica.
No, it's I mean, it's Kanan's fault too, because he got up there and cooked a bad batch of dope. It's his fault too.
But she already had a crack pipe in her
Yeah, so she been messing with drugs. Y'all didn't see that?
That was a weed pipe.
That was a weed pipe.
So she been messing with drugs.
Oh yeah,
don't get me wrong. I'm not excusing her. She made a mistake. She did something stupid. She paid the ultimate price. I'm just saying that. I'm saying there's more than one person responsible for that whole situation. I mean, Kanan has his fault in it because he cooked a bad batch of dope. He thought he was the man. He thought he knew what he was doing, cooking probably all of 1 or 2 batches of dope and thought he knew something. And he killed people as a consequence.
I didn't want to roll around on the ground and fight with him though, because he could have contacted Jukebox where he knew she was getting dressed at his house. He could have called.
He wasn't expecting Jukebox to smoke the dope, and he didn't think
no,
that.
But he could have. I know that's what I was saying too in my head. He wasn't expecting her to smoke it because they've been around stuff like that all their lives and know not to touch it.
Right.
So why would he think she ain't that there was a worry?
I feel like he should have said to throw it out.
You just want to roll.
Like he should have contacted what?
You just want to roll around and beat up.
I want to roll around in the ground and fight with him because he just messed up this whole episode.
Well, go ahead, Moochie. You sound like Crystal. You sound like Crystal.
Why she said that too? He was.
Crystal was so mad with Kanan yesterday.
Because he wanted to tell his mother, but I'm not running ahead. I'll wait.
You don't never steal nobody else's stash. That's rule number 1. Especially your friends. I don't give a damn if it was a beer. If that's my last beer, you don't just go and take it and drink it. You ask, you say something. If it's my bag of weed, you don't just steal it and smoke it to yourself. You say, hey, let's smoke it together. You know, rules to this.
I think Crown Camacho gonna suffer the consequences toward this.
Oh yeah, he
didn't do anything.
He introduced her to it. I bet you
she
Jessica
made that choice.
I bet you Jessica tells thing just to get the heat off of her. Listen, let's hear me out. I bet you Jessica tells Lulu to get the heat off of her that she didn't stop it, but she gonna tell him that Crown gave her the crack.
I don't think
come on, Crown didn't get
Jessica though.
If they do go that route, I think so. I'm just saying. I could be wrong, but I'm just saying.
Moochie, I was gonna make a video where I was gonna try to tie Crown to revenge from Juke, and instead of blaming it on Kanan, she blamed it on Crown. But now you up here making my videos for me, so I'm definitely going to make that video. That's going to be a simple one. Thanks. But I got another spin I'm going to put on it. But J-Mo, how you feel about the whole situation with Nicole and Juke? And now Nicole is officially, she's dead. The trailer showed us her ass is dead. And Jay, do you think the parents is going to want some retribution?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to go straight to Jukebox is where it's going. They already said she was a repellent, and now she got some of that raid and some rat poison in the damn dope, and dead. And like I was saying, you don't steal nobody's drugs. If you was really friends and you found it, she should have been like, hey, you smoke too? Let's smoke it. Then Jukebox would be like, girl, I don't smoke this stuff, man. Don't you smoke this? Da, 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 da. You know, but instead she like, oh, I'm gonna smoke it all to myself like a fiend. That's like if we friends and we smoke weed together all the time, and then every time you got some money, you smoke by yourself. But then when you broke, you come around and want to hang. Like, no, that's not how it works. You got to.
I don't think you get to blame somebody also just because like people talking about blaming Camacho. I don't think you get to blame somebody saying they introduced you to something. That's not the way the world works. If you get pregnant by some dude down the road, you don't get to blame the dude you lost your virginity to because he introduced you to the dick. You don't get to blame somebody else for something. I mean, that's crazy. You made your own choices.
But it's different with drugs.
So that's why I see it that way.
Yeah, it's a little different with hard drugs.
It wasn't no peer pressure to me. He offered it, she could have said no.
But also, she thinks that she's being cool. She's looking up to all these older people. He's a grown man. She a teenager, and you offering her a blunt laced with crack. You know she ain't on that level. You a full-blown addict. So what gets you high and what does for you is not the same to somebody new. Like if I'm buying the highest grade weed that they got at the store, you know, I'm not going to offer it to you, Larry, on your first hit. Like, man, hit this, Larry. You're going to tweak out. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to be ready for it. Whereas if somebody been smoking for 20 years, we going to be like, man, this dude tripping because it's like a cigarette to us. But to you, you're going to be hallucinating.
Why are we so always so willing to give everybody an excuse to take responsibility away from their own actions? This is a young woman that's white, privileged, rich, private school. She has every advantage in the world, and we want to take all the responsibility off of her and put it on somebody else. She decided to put that joint in her mouth. She decided to smoke that. She watched this dude roll that shit up. She knew what was in it. It wasn't even like she was like, "Oh, I thought I was just smoking some weed." Nah, you watched him put that crack in there. You knew
all the responsibility. I didn't say take all, but you're right. She does have responsibility because she should have known better to a certain extent. But if you're the one that offer it, just like in the drug game, who they arrest mostly when they selling drugs, the seller or the person buying? The person get the most time to selling. You don't give the most time to the person buying, you know. So the seller has a bit more responsibility because without the seller, you don't have a user. Without the person bringing it, you don't have her getting hooked. Although it's both of their responsibility. Now, if you
you're talking about supply and demand, and that goes both ways. If you don't have any demand, there's no need for a supply. You just won't have it.
But somebody got to get you on it to have a demand. So what comes first, the chicken or the egg?
She made that choice. I'm not giving her any slack. She made that choice. She put that in her mouth.
I say it's 60-40.
And then they offer drugs. She said no to the alcohol. She said yes to the drugs.
Right. So
I'm giving her 100. I've had God knows how many people offer me all kinds of drugs throughout the years when I was a kid, when I was an adult, and every time I said no. I've been to parties and with super rich people in Hollywood when I was working out there trying to get me to do cocaine. I said no. I had people trying to get me to do drugs when I was a teenager. I said no. When I was in high school, I said no. I've been on tour buses with Snoop and them trying to get me to smoke, and I said no. I've had all kinds of people from every walk of life trying to get me to do drugs, and I said no.
You missed out on good times, is what it sounds like to me, man. What the hell?
No, it sounds to me like I made the decisions that were right for me. I made the decisions that were right for me, and this woman, she wants to make a dumb decision, and people don't want to make her take responsibility for it.
Right. I was joking about that. I'm not.
I know, man. I know, but I'm just saying. I think to some extent, people are often always giving people an excuse for their mistakes, and they just need to go ahead and let them own it.
Right, but also keep in mind you have to be real and understand everybody don't have the background as you, didn't have the upbringing, 2 parents, all of this stuff. Her father is basically there and don't talk to her. Her mother don't talk to her about nothing. Her mother's in denial, talking about go be with a dude when clearly she's trying to clam jam. She's a vegetarian and she ain't trying to buy it. I mean, what is we talking about?
That's a good analogy.
What in the world? I mean, what happened to carpet munching and hair cutting?
That even sound better. It don't even sound like it's offensive.
I mean, at the end of the day,
said some people are weak. So right, some people are weak. So we'll just go and chalk it up to Darwinism.
At the end of the day, we trying to find blame because it's not about Nicole at this point. It's about who is Juke gonna blame. That's why we're trying to debate blame. Juke is going to blame somebody. Is it going to be Kanan? Is it going to be Crown? Can she blame herself for not doing? She should blame
herself.
You think she should blame herself?
Really?
Yeah, really. If it wasn't for Juke, that girl would have never been in that world.
I disagree.
And also, I want to say one thing. Somebody said Davina parents ain't home, but she's got an up close and personal experience with what crack
Crack
does.
does.
So
Yep.
she won't
She don't
use
got to
it like,
touch
well,
it.
my mom ain't home, I guess I'll smoke. She could see what crack does. She's seen how her mama was once somebody and now how she is now. Whereas this person is isolated, doesn't have that experience. And that's why it's just like with a lot of people with the opioid crisis, they ended up using heroin and stuff because they didn't see, like people in the hood, what heroin and crack would do to you as much. And yeah, it's a little bigger story. We ain't got time to get into it right now. But when you don't have an up close relationship with certain things, then you won't do it. Like me, where I grew up, I'm not going to be a crackhead or a wino and stuff. You see this all the time. So you got to be a damn fool to end up doing this when you know up close and personal.
I disagree, man. I disagree. I don't need to go to war to know that I don't want to be at war. I know it's bad. I know people die and get butchered. I don't need to go to war to see war up close to know that I don't want to experience it.
But you've seen enough movies to show you that, though. Realistic movies. So you've seen Private Ryan. You've seen all this stuff where people guts is hanging out talking about mama. What you say? That's for me. Who does that? So like it's a lot of different experiences that people have, regardless of whether you win or not. I'm sure you've seen enough realistic depictions of war to understand that, okay, maybe this is not the path I want to get into. Some people see it and they adrenaline junkies and they might like it. Some people are very patriotic and that's how they were raised. So they have a different view on it. But
I'm gonna say this and then I'll let Lamont move us on. Our people can't afford excuses.
It's just life, man. It ain't always an excuse. Just things happen, man. Like you say, it happens. Minus the SH.
All righty.
I agree. She been doing drugs. She just got caught. She caught a bad thing. She was messing with drugs already before Jukebox. She was messing with drugs. She was already more experienced with the whole girl thing. So she lived a little more with as far as like experience and stuff like that.
Okay. All right. Moochie, this one's on you.
Okay.
This conversation, conversation that was had between Kanan and Famous because Davina heard the lyrics in The Streets Need a Body, which I was able to find a broken copy of that, and I worked out to it this morning. Boy, I was out there running, and as I'm running, every time I heard The Streets Need a Body, my legs just started getting real fast as hell, just running and running and running. So, Moochie, break down this conversation. What do you think?
With this conversation, Kanan approached him, and he basically said that he's telling a story. I'm just telling a story, and this has nothing to do with you. You didn't do this. Tell her that. And he told him not to rap about it again. But he should have told him, don't even mention stuff like that in your raps anymore. Because he's not living that life. He's not living that life. So why even talk about it? You're not putting in the work like that. You're not selling drugs. You had opportunities to do both. And you talking about it like you pulled the trigger. You talking about it like you sold rock. You was in a cipher when Kanan was selling, when they went to the park. So you're not about that life.
Okay. J-Mo, I'll come to you, but I'll say this. Don't most rappers do that? Ain't that what 50 Cent keep accusing little rat-looking Ja Rule of? That he faking the life like he lived in the streets and he was never a gangster?
Yeah. Gangster. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, Kanan could come at him and say that, but if he make another song and he plagiarizing his life, there's nothing he could do about it unless they gonna beef or he gonna kill him. So I
think it might be worse though, because he's not the only one that's hearing that. Unique's cool heard it.
But I don't think Unique cares. What he gonna say? Oh man, not $120. Like I don't think he really cares about $120 really. He already know anyway. It was 3 people there when they shot $120. 2 of them got away. I'm sure Nick probably knows, if he really wanted to, he could have got that info from them. He don't give a. But $120 is a street pharmacist, and he's
was just a casualty. I get it.
Yeah. So like, I don't think nobody really cares at all, actually, except for Kanan and Davina. Really, like, I mean, the cops ain't sitting there gonna put it together and be listening to his raps and be like, okay, now we got what we need.
He did know about this song ahead of the performance dresser, but he told him that he shouldn't do it. And his lyrics wasn't the same as it was when he was in the studio the first time. He changed them.
Right. Crown.
I think Crown Camacho said something to him.
Right. So I just think that I think what Kanan told Davina was real though. Like, man, he rapping about stuff he don't know. You know how rappers do this, that, and the other. And what can she say? I mean, he didn't really say that much. Only thing that is known that she knows that what he was saying is about the 4 quarters and 2 dimes. She don't know that when the stash house got hit, that the 2 people got killed and Kanan and Marvin. She don't know all of that. So she don't have the full picture. Kanan know everything he was saying. She don't. And I don't think that Unique would care because he already knows about what happened at the stash house for the most part. And he dealing with it in his own way right now, as we see. So I don't know. I just think that it's their beef between each other. It may break up their friendship eventually if he keep making songs about it. But other than that, I think that Famous would be the type of dude that end up, if he do become famous and rich, won't look out for his boy and won't give him no money or put him on, when you know damn well you wouldn't be there if you didn't have him as a friend and you was able to write about his life. So I think that's dirty.
All right. Nita, yes, jump on in there. You got your hand raised like you on Saved by the Bell.
I got a lot to say. That whole thing, that whole exchange between him and Famous, I think it was underrated. Like, not underrated, like he didn't put enough force on it. Like, I felt like if you really understood the severity of what this could implicate down the line, which I think will be the nail in the coffin for Howard to get Howard and the white chick, the white detective, just be nosy and start putting things together. They got the whole shit on wax. They got all of the crime scenes. What's going to trigger it is white girl Nicole's death. That's going to trigger it. Then that's what white people die. That's what gets the police working.
You sound like Marvin. You sound like Marvin when he was in the house telling them, well, if we kill the white folks, that's when the police going to be chasing us. You sound just like Marvin.
And there it is right there. There it is. Yeah. And that is how Howard is going to strong arm Rock and Kanan for this bone marrow.
Oh.
Like he said, the children are our future.
Give me the juice.
and Howard said you get to the queen by going through the prince.
Right. And I think that's just I mean, they got the trap house. He mentioned the trap house in there. He mentioned Buck 20 in there. He mentioned Rest in Peace D Wiz. Like, the whole thing is surrounding their whole organization. And I just don't think that Kanan, but like, he just like kind of laughed that shit off. All he had to do was bust a rhyme and then everything is all good. And I was just like, nah, because everybody's listening to it. Even this dude that's talking to Lulu, like, people are listening to it. Davina listening to it. People are listening to it. Don't
need the Bali.
I was waiting for you to do that, Jay.
Need the Bali. And I go, my man.
I was waiting for you to do that, Jay.
I love that. That was the funniest part.
I thought you was going to do it sooner. I said, why can't you
said that?
Yeah, that's the
when I get up in these streets, needy body.
That was funny.
Big Larry, it's all you, my man. How'd you feel about that? And then are you ready to get rid of Famous?
No, I'm not. I like Famous, actually. I think Famous is probably the one dude I could probably halfway root for outside of that white female cop. He's probably the only dude I'm halfway rooting for because he's like sort of in it, but he's obviously doesn't want to be in it. He's not built for that life. He knows it, doesn't want to be in it, and I like that about him. He's not trying to fake the funk. He's just trying to do his thing. And to be perfectly honest with you, I think Kanan owes him an apology. In fact, I mean, Famous should probably just go do like a lot of those Mexican, what those people call those narcoritos or narcosados, those singers that make the ballads, that make the songs about the drug lords and all their stuff. I mean, that's what rappers been doing anyways, writing songs and rapping about what happens in the streets. Just go ahead, be like, look, pay me. I'm going to write your song for you. I'm going to tell your story for you. I'm going to immortalize you in my music and charge them for it. That's what those dudes do in Mexico. They charge those drug lords to do that. To do the same thing. Just charge Unique and Kanan and all the rest of them to write songs about them. And I bet you when you get out there and all of a sudden somebody's singing a song and they're up there and you're not naming any names, you're just singing and giving the details, and people are going to be like, oh, snap, that's my joint, because it's about them. And you start making songs about different crews. I mean, it is what it is. It's people do it now, except they just write about the people that they know in their own neighborhood instead of branching out and finding other neighborhoods. But I don't think that Famous did anything wrong. Famous is an artist. That's what artists do. No one's up there giving grief to Stallone about writing The Expendables and telling stories about Vietnam or anything. No one's giving Oliver Stone grief about writing Platoon, you know. I mean, he's writing stories about what he saw.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Lord have mercy.
You are funny sometimes, man.
All right, let's see here. So on you, J-Mo, and this one's a big one because I'm gonna give you this one since you already done went in character for us. So Rock is at the bodega where this young lady is gonna give her access to her cousin who is moving weight. He moved rhymes like weight. And he moving weight like rhymes. And she gets I like this exchange that they had where basically I've been told y'all at some point in time Rock was going to take this woman under her wing and make her tough. And this was the exchange where y'all saw the very beginning of that happen. But in the end, Rock winds up going to a boxing ring to talk to the cousin. Cousin likes the conversation. In the background, Lulu is back there talking to his boss, his big man, and the big man's like, you know, my cousin worked for BMG. And for young people, if you don't know what BMG is, during the 90s, they would send you a CD, they give you one for 99 cents, then they try to make you pay for everything else that come to your house. J-Mo.
Yeah.
Hey, I used to have
an account with BMG though. You get that one for 99 cents, but you get like 12. It'd be like you get 11 or 12 free. And then it's the 99 cents. Then you got to pay like $25 a piece for like the next 7 of them or something. So yeah.
And if you don't pay, they was quick to report your ass to the credit. Yes, and sir. We all know how great you need credit in today's society. And they would fuck up your credit over a damn CD. But anyway, go ahead, Jay.
I used to live right next to BMG warehouse too, man.
Oh, word. Did you snatch anything?
I had this girlfriend that worked there, and she would bring CDs all the time. They had a store in there. Everything was 99 cents.
Let me find out you eating cookies, the boys, the men, all the free music you want. Let me find out.
It's so hard to say no to free music. No. No. So man, that was kind of good. I like how Rock was coming with her talking about it. First of all, let me address, it's good to finally see she ain't beat the hell up, man. Damn.
But look why she won't beat up. She wasn't beat up because homeboy was screwing another woman at that moment.
I know she was glad for that, man. That's a relationship she was happily supporting. But she said, okay, Rock was telling her the game, talking about, I picked you, blase, Skippy. She like, Jole, let me tell you something. I picked you too, okay? You a woman, you know how he do it. I want to have it you. We can be a team, okay? Salt and pepper, or say it be spicy. But damn, man, that was really good. I like how she did it. Then she got to connect. We saw that she ended up meeting with Juanito and Baby Joker. Baby Joker, he like street need the body, man. You know, I like it, man. Good job, man. Good job. So Lulu felt good, like Shit, he called me Quincy Moans up in this piece, man. I'm doing all right there, man.
Quincy Moans.
Quincy Moans, baby. He was doing all right, boy. So I think he felt a little better about his investment in the music business. And he's like, okay, this might actually work. People listening, I got crossover appeal. You know what I'm saying? So he liked that. And then that's also good. He built a relationship with, you know, different people on a different. People like to work with people they like, you know, and that's just a human nature. People like to help people they like, you know. So not only is it with Rock, but then he got the, you know, Lulu Connect, and that's not gonna do nothing but help. And I mean, Rock, she already might end up taking out Poppy Chulo. Because Juanito, you know, Juanito mad about his cousin's choice in husband, like he said. Yep. I don't always agree in her choice of husband. Maybe we can talk about it later. You do it. You get the problem with the husband. Maybe we talk. Okay, I'll talk to you later.
I can't believe somebody hasn't pulled him aside and just like touched him, not like killed him, but just touched him and just said, "Let me see her show up with one more bruise."
I know. You know, I'm surprised he got the cojones to do that.
I'm surprised they did that. Her cousins didn't do that.
They probably are gonna save that for season 2. You know, we as the audience, we just popping in when the cousin don't really know she getting beat. You know, that's all that is. And next season,
I don't think the cousins are gonna do it.
Yeah, instead of salt and pepper, it's gonna be sazon and pepper.
I think Rock's gonna do it, because Rock, when she walked out of there, she said, you know, she basically let her know there's gonna come a time when you need something, and I'm gonna be there for you.
Yep, and that's just what it's gonna be. I said that before though.
It's so easy. All they got to do is make it look like somebody tried to rob the little bodega. He got shot. They got away. I don't know what happened. They killing my papi. Adios.
They could make it happen like that. I don't want her to be connected to it.
They killed my poppy. Nita, jump on in there, Nita. Take that mute off. The crowd loves you. You're a crowd favorite. They talk about how clean your teeth is. So jump in there and say something.
I still don't think Rock will get her hands dirty. I think she will get it done. It will get done.
She just won't do it herself.
I don't think she'll do it herself. That's just me.
She the mastermind.
Yeah. But the thing about it is that I really like the way that they actually show these women in power. I want to give Juliana, or Jillian, whatever her name is, I want to give her MVP of the episode, because
MVP.
She's
wow.
Wait a minute. You said you want to give her MVP of the episode.
She's bringing the connect. That's what Rock needs, and that is initially that's going to be the segue that is going to get her on her feet and giving her a favor, and the favor that she needs to get that nigga off her back. And the way she talking, it sounds like the way Rock is talking, she's about to eliminate Dean and Unique.
I think she better leave Dean alone.
Good for her.
I hope she don't fuck with Dean, but I was thinking that too. If she mess with Dean, it's gonna end bad for her. Because they already said he's like a monster when he gets pressed.
Like, she got to do it. She said you cannot leave, and then she already crossed them. So she should have already been thinking about that after she got cut off. Like, shit is real. Like, her back is up against the wall. So I do give her the MVP, because she actually is getting better than Dean. You know what I'm saying? Dean is a distributor like Ghost was. She is getting the real connect. Yes.
Yep.
We think.
Vision, y'all, and that's tight vision.
We think. Because homeboy dissed her. He dissed him, like, look, you know, I like our conversation, but we're going to talk later.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, that's normal. Like, I don't know you. I'm not going to jump in bed with you right on the first night. Like, yeah, we're going to talk later. Like, you could be wearing a wire. You could be doing anything. I mean, if you want to be careful, you be careful. You don't move like that. Like,
He was trying to watch De La Hoya.
Right. Jump on in there, Larry. How you feel? Where you think we going?
Right when he left out, they did the knockout. Like it was something like that. Like I was like, yeah, I like that. So yeah, I'm just
lights off, homie.
Yeah, part of me, I don't really think they're going to get rid of Unique. I think people like his character a lot. I mean, it's a possibility, but I feel like they need that street level sort of conflict there for the show to work. I could possibly see somehow, what's his name, Dean, I guess, getting taken off the board, because if he's a connect, if he's a connect and she doesn't need him anymore, then it's just a matter of where's Unique going to get his stuff from? And then that's where you really can have some real street level conflict. If all of a sudden Unique's connect is gone and Rock is flush, then you have some real issues happening. So I can see them taking Dean out. They haven't showed him enough to make us really feel like the show couldn't do without him. So, but it's interesting when I think about some of the stuff with like Unique and all of them. I think to myself, back in the day, people often said you can't give information to and this is going to sound dirty, but they used to say you can't give information to the unwashed masses because they will use it for evil. They don't know what to do. They'll do bad things with it. And that is what Symphony has been doing. He has been giving out information, and Rock has been doing nothing but using it for evil. He's been sharing his knowledge, his love of buildings and architecture and public planning and all this, and she has just taken all the information and said, "Oh yeah, I could use all of this to enhance my drug business."
Kanan too.
And it's just one of those. It's just another one of those reasons why people say, "Yeah, some people don't need knowledge because they don't know how to use it right. They don't know how to use it responsibly." And it's unfortunate that we get to see that in practice right here.
Damn, Post Symphony. He didn't even know he was misusing his knowledge. Post,
yeah,
bro.
exactly.
He's just trying to impress some hood chick. That's all he was trying to do. And he done messed up his knowledge. Damn, Symphony L7.
Lamont.
Moochie, you get last word on this one.
With this whole scene, I feel like she is gonna do something for Julia. She's gonna do something for her. I think she's gonna have him taken out, and I think it's gonna. I wouldn't be surprised if her cousin puts her up to it, and that's just gonna she's just gonna be the middle person where they deal with, and she don't have a problem with anything. I think when she was taking notes, she basically probably feel like she was gonna do that. She knew she was gonna do it. She probably was waiting for Rock to come to her.
Right. Well, that's what
Somebody
she did.
Asked if Symphony is still a bartender. Symphony is a graduate student and a teacher. He bartends, I think, to earn extra cash. So
Cookie Monster.
It sounded to me that statement was a little minimalizing, but
Symphony is a cookie monster. He straight work at the bakery.
Damn, Symphony Post fella. I like old Symphony basket.
Like chocolate chip cookies, baby. Hey, I ain't gonna complain though. Rock fine in a little bit, boy.
No, I mean it's we can't knock 50 puts together a damn good cast. I mean he really does, man. And
Larry, I know she ain't fat now.
Right.
No, Rock is a beautiful woman. She is. She has become less attractive the more I learn about her character.
Personality, right.
Yeah.
It's on you, Nita the Diva. It's your turn. One of my favorite scenes was this mess right here at my diner, Lamont's diner.
Yeah, man. I didn't know you had DMZ. You in between North and South Korea.
Yeah.
No wonder I ain't never been there.
Yeah. It's the Bermuda Triangle, baby. Whenever your plane get close, it disappears. You never gonna find it unless you're doing what they do.
Right.
So
I
they
see
up
that
in
girl like my my comment about what you call it. She said Symphony is a vegetarian.
Boy, y'all, man. But Nita, this is on you. One of my favorite scenes in the Lamont's diner was when Lulu was in here, Unique rolled up on him, want to just talk. And a lot of things happened in this conversation. He offered Lulu a position in his organization. And did Lulu deny it? Lulu said he don't work with bitch ass niggas. And he even went at your boy and said, that was me. I shot at you. And what he forgot to say was I missed on purpose. But how did you like this exchange? And I just gotta say, Joey Badass is acting his ass off in this show. He is embodying this Bobby Brown style 90s drug dealer. Every time he's on the screen, I'm enjoying it. But go ahead, Nita.
Actually, the best monologue, the best scene of the episode for me. Now, Lulu. Now, what I need Mr. Lulu to know that he needs to play his cards good because he done. He done put his balls out on the table, and I got a little scared for him. I was like, "Ooh!" I'm like, "Baby." That whole thing when he revealed that he was the one that was going after him, the pussy eater. Yes, him.
You ruined my dinner.
Huh?
Said you ruined my dinner.
Right. Like his dinner, he missed dessert. He had dinner though.
Right. He missed dessert. Right.
The thing is that when I think he had to turn up with Unique because Unique knowingly just shitted on him like it with that last conversation they had. He gave him his word, something totally different. So he had to kind of step to that. And that was the reason why he called him bitch ass nigga. But I just hope, Lou, that you got it together because that Tech 9 thing, it didn't look like that. But now you done really he done shook the table. So I don't know what's gonna go on. But like I said, best scene. I love the dialogue. I love how Lulu, he is like kind of unbothered. He like gives that, cool, calm, collected poker face. You don't never know what's gonna go on. But he said some slick shit out the mouth. I just hope he can back it up, baby. That's all I'm saying.
He gonna back it up.
Man, I think Danny Girl has it right. In the Danny Girl has it right. Why would Lulu flip after he saw what they did to Scrappy?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, now I'm coming to you, Larry. Unique tried to paint a pretty picture. He even tried to entice my man with the music. He tried all that stuff. And Lulu just said no to him. And ladies and gentlemen, we've got 385 people. Please give me a like. This is the most people we've had. If we get to 400, that'll be the most I've had since 2019 on a live stream. So go tell your cousins and everybody to jump on in here and like the video and enjoy it with us. But Larry, jump on in there, man. Break this scene down the way you feel, how you feeling.
Let me say one thing right quick. Stream need a likey. All right. Boom.
Oh goodness. Yeah, I mean, I thought Lulu in this scene was a little reckless. I think it's one thing to get in there and do what he did, but to just basically let that dude know that was you.
Yeah, I mean, man. Come on, Lulu.
I saw the Bella Long Island.
That was just reckless and putting an unnecessary target on not just on his back but on everybody's back. For all we know, dude didn't even know if it was coming from Rock's crew or not. He might have thought it was somebody else. And or anybody else. And now, not only did he put a target on his back, he put a target on Kanan's back, on Marvin's back, on Rock's back, on Symphony, everybody's back.
Larry, doesn't that further prove my point that for some nefarious reason Lulu missed on purpose? Because why would you miss and then you go and sit down in here with the warlord you having a war with, and you tell his number one guy you missed on purpose? You try to shoot him. To me, it just sounds too fishy, Larry. But go ahead.
Yeah, it's just another one of those examples where they keep on making it seem like Lulu's the one that's like makes the good decisions, that he's smart, and it just seems like I feel like if Marvin would have went up in there, Marvin would have got the job done. Marvin would have shot both of those. He would have shot him and the girl, so there was no witness, and then he would have done something. He would have done some carpentry work and put him in the walls.
No, man, you can't do that, Larry. You can't put him in the witness. You can't kill him in the
I'm just saying, look, they keep on dogging Marvin. Marvin keeps getting work done. Marvin may screw things up, but you know what he does? He tries stuff. Marvin is out there putting in work, like the whole gas station thing. Marvin's trying new things. You know, it's easy not to screw up when you don't do anything. And the little things that Lulu does, he screws up.
You can't support Marvin for ruining the business even worse with his little side hustle with Kanan, because that's going to put heat on the Thomas family.
It might, but you know what? You got to break a few eggs. You want to make an omelet. So he's breaking some eggs. All I know is that Lulu is just Lulu's out there. Every time I see Lulu getting into something, it seems like he's screwing up.
Wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, clearly you know which brother Larry is supporting, and it ain't his name. Don't begin with an L. By the way, my people in New York, my hearts go out to y'all with everything y'all dealt with the hurricane, man. Just make sure you get the number to FEMA if you was impacted, so that you can take care of your business and get on the phone with them immediately. And Hurricane Larry, that's out in the Atlantic coast, is not supposed to hit land, because you can cool believe that shit would have been a doozy. But thank goodness it's staying far out to land. It ain't gonna hit land nowhere. Now,
Moochie, Larry hit the stream tonight.
Yeah, we this is as far as we need to have a Larry on the stream. Yeah. We don't need him in a hurricane.
You know what? I'm about tired of people in the comments. I'm about to address them in a minute. They keep coming for me about what I said earlier about this thing with Michael K. Williams. I mean, I feel bad that the brother's gone.
Man, ignore them.
Later. Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, just ignore them. Just don't sweat that. Moochie, jump on in there. How you like the Lamont's diner scene, since you know where it's at?
That scene, I liked how cool Lulu was. He was like, "Can I eat my sandwich?" I was like, he was cool, calm, and collected. No emotion on his face, and not for nothing, I hope he doesn't consider it. But it looks like he might have already did. And then I want to bring to you guys' attention about how he mentioned when they were back at Baisley about how Unique's people's work in the gas station. And Marvin was like, I don't know nothing about that. Right. So my question is that crew part of Unique's? I know I'm not saying he might have flipped Marvin, but they already was running out of product. So did they get some of Unique's? Did he get some of Unique's people to work for him? Because those guys that he had working that gas station was the dudes from the club that he fought with. So I mean, I don't know if anybody else peeped that, but
yeah, I peeped that. We're gonna get to them next. All right, Jay Moore, I'm gonna come to you. But by the way, for all 379 of y'all watching, Jay Moore will be doing the after show. So as soon as I get off, give him like 5 minutes, and then he'll be ready for y'all to come join him on his channel. Link is in description. Jay Moore, how'd you feel about the diner scene?
All right, so a couple things with the diner scene. We talked about this on my channel Sunday and Saturday night. So some people disagree with me on the channel, and I said, even though, so some people were saying at that point Lulu was pissed. You done shot and messed up my showcase. I'm done playing with you. You almost killed me. You done messed up Scrappy. So to hell with you. You know, you a BAN, as one of the people so eloquently put for me on my channel. And so he said, you know what? Yeah, that was me that shot at you, getting your eat on, this, that, and the other, da. I disagree. I feel him. I wouldn't join him, but I'm going to keep playing chess. I'm not going to stop playing chess. I'm not going to never let you know my next move. I'm going to keep a poker face, whatever game we want to play. Call of Duty, I'm going to stay sniping. Whatever y'all want to analogy use, I'm not about to tell him No, because he didn't tell Lulu no when he came to Lulu. When Lulu came to him and said, let's keep it clean, he said, yeah. And then he played Lulu. So now it's my turn. I'm not going to say, yeah. I'm going to say, that's a great offer. I appreciate it. Give me a day or two to think about it. And I'll make it happen. And then I would have left and then been planning on taking him out. You know, I wouldn't join him, but I wouldn't have told old boy, you know, that, you know, I saw you kneeling down to your plate like little Bow Wow, eating that meal. And, you know, I wouldn't have let him know, like, I think who said that, Moochie or Anita, that he didn't even know who it was. It could have been anybody. Or Larry, one of you all said that you didn't know. He didn't have any idea exactly who it was.
No, he should have kept that a secret. I agree.
Yeah. And then
but he wanted to let him know.
Yeah. And I think that Lulu at first, because he didn't go to that diner to meet them. You know, they walked in on him. And he got scared at first. And he like, come on now, you know, this is supposed to be a DMZ. And then once he said, it's cool, ain't nobody gonna do nothing, then he started, you know, poking his chest out a little bit. They could have just changed their mind and shot him right there. And they caught him slipping. And that's one issue I've had with all of these shows in Power is like Ghost went to the same damn apartment all the time and they didn't never try to take him out. You knew where he lived. He never had security. We see Rock staying in his house by herself with a kid. Like they would have been burned our house down, shot her up, blew it up. We see them going to the diner all the time for the same thing. You know, it's just some of this stuff is not how the game goes. You know, people don't keep going to the same spot, at least not without security and things. And so I think that he's slipping, knowing that they at war and you walk around trying to get a turkey on rye.
He did say that place is like the off limits place where nothing can happen. He said that when he first walked in on him.
Yeah, but
so that's like a peace spot where like they gotta have a truce. That's like common, like I guess common ground where everybody goes.
The criminal to keep his word, and like in Harlem Nights, how can you trust anybody?
No,
in this
I agree. I'm just saying what he said in the beginning. That's all.
Yeah. But can we also remember like the second episode when they shot up right out in front and they all dived behind the cars? That was right in front of Lamont's.
That's true. But he busted in the air. He didn't actually shoot at them. Remember he said he did that to get their attention.
Right, like Lamont, you do a great job of keeping the peace on the stream, but you can't keep the peace at the diner all the time, bro. I mean, ain't easy, man.
Ain't you just got finished talking about people that love to eat and love to eat that cookie? I got the best cookie in town. Damn it, come get some. Best cookies around.
Irresistible. Symphony must be making them. Symphony delivering them because we saw he know how to get some cookies, boy.
Golly. Boy,
look, man. Secret baker.
Some of us on this stream, mad, and you might be giving our wives idea tonight when it's kind of late for us folks on the East Coast. Some of us need to go to bed. That's all I'm saying.
Some people need that warm bottle of milk before they go to bed.
Oh my! See, Moochie,
right.
Moochie, you think you slick? You think you slick? You like to slide in here, put your little 2 cents in here, and then try to get away and don't look at the camera, don't say nothing. You do that with the Hammers. Mm-hmm. You do that with my girl, Professor Milgram. That's what we're going to refer to her as this year. And you just did it again. So no more locking keys, people. No more locking keys. We through with that. She's Professor Milgram.
Let me just say, he's saying nobody knew Ghost was James St. Patrick, vice versa. I could have sworn Milan knew who he was. I mean,
Milan knew.
Lobos know who he was. I mean, who else? What other people knew who he was? We can go down the list. All of them, Ruiz knew who he was.
Kanan.
You know,
Kanan
knew who he was. Everybody that was up there that tried to kill him knew exactly who he was. What? Just because the people that was in the elevator in season 1 didn't know who he was? They weren't trying to kill him.
Nope.
Pink Sneakers knew who he was. So I think
that was the worst kept secret on the show.
Right. I don't know how they tried to make people think that. And I'm surprised people like Gemini Don think that. The streets wasn't trying to kill him. He said, not the streets. Who gives a damn? Whoever's trying to kill you is the problem. I don't care if they from the streets or upper class. you know who I am, and you're trying to kill me. I can't walk around by myself or with whack ass Sean and go to the same apartment every day and go into the same club. And
Sean, man, you wrong for that. That was Kanan's only begotten son, man. You wrong for that. Are we gonna
do? Go tell mommy? See
Yeah.
what you made me do?
Golly. Let me shout out Nia Stewart coming through for the $4.99 super chat. And we are to the last thing I'm going to cover tonight. But ladies and gentlemen, be sure when I'm done to follow Jay Moore over to his channel. All 380 of y'all go follow Jay Moore. Keep the conversation going because they'll keep it lit. I think I'm on. Larry, did you start this last one?
We're going to touch up on Michael K. Williams a little bit some more too.
Okay. Moochie, I think it's on you. You get to lead the last round of the discussion.
All right.
And there's another super chat. Jay, I'm saying they didn't know his real name, laugh out loud, so they couldn't look him up. Plus, he ain't know Kanan was after him at first.
At first, that's true. But eventually he knew he had to burn him in the building and all of that, and you still walking around without security. When did Ghost ever get security?
He had Sean.
Right. After Sean was dead, he started driving himself. He didn't even get another driver.
He sure didn't. So, Moochie, we're going to lead off with you on this one, Moochie. And this is Kanan running up into the house, and they hand him that Cinder Williams that he started chopping up the coke with. And I said in my review yesterday that the way they paused on this dude, you know he's going to do something. He's either going to flip on them, he's going to tell. Well, actually, he told on Kanan yesterday, to be honest with you. He came and told Marvin what was going on. But they chopping up these drugs, and his drugs, the blue top, is killing everybody that smoke it. And like Crystal said, with these two buffoons right here, why would you see the other one smoke and pass the fuck out, and then you want to smoke it too?
Because he thought it was the good. That's what he thought.
Let me tell you something, Moochie. No, I ain't even gonna say it. I'm gonna save that one for another day. That's a good one, and I'll never forget that joke. I'm gonna say it for another day. But go ahead.
Wasn't that in that scary movie with Marlon Wayans when old boy died? Wasn't that a scary movie? He died smoking. He like, let me get that next.
Yep, and he died smoking, feet up in the air.
He called him greedy, saying that he wasn't sharing, not knowing that he done died to whip a pill.
To whip a pill.
Yeah,
like,
right.
This is my song.
You got it. You got it. Oh, you got it.
But with this scene, I was mad at Kanan. This is the scene I was mad with. I wanted to roll around on the ground and fight with him. And because of the simple fact when he was like, do y'all know who I am? You ain't nobody yet. You off the strength of your family.
Exactly.
You not ringing bells like that yet, dude.
Right.
I was just so mad at him because these guys was older than him and they was even waiting for Marvin.
Mm-hmm.
And then he cooked it up. This is basically his second time cooking.
Yep.
Right.
This is his second time cooking after he learned. So, like, I was like, how are you?
He didn't even.
You should have waited for your uncle.
He didn't even know what it was, Moochie.
Thank you. He didn't even know what it was he was using.
Oh Lord, you sound like Crystal. Lord, Nita, you sound like Crystal's like. Was anybody in there a chemist? Dude, I was like, Crystal, do any of them look like they passed science in high school? Fuck no.
For some reason, I think them two dudes is working with Nic.
What?
Yeah, and they gave him the rat poison.
What?
Now that's
look, that shut down everything now. They done until they get that connect now. They had to pull everything back.
I got a take on that though, but
they're done at this point.
Because if it was Rock doing it, then I could see maybe they thought they could be working with Nic, but that's like an undercover operation. So maybe it's not. But I do want to say
Marvin is with Rock, so evident in actuality, even though they don't know Rock doesn't know, that's still Rock's crew.
And guess what? It all boils down to
it's all the people, new people. It wasn't even the normal people that he had.
don't know who they work for.
That's true. I know when you ready to roll around, I damn sure want to see you get your roll on, man. That's pay-per-view right there.
Yeah,
It's on you, J-Mo.
You got me thinking right there, Moochie, about that. We're gonna have to expand on that maybe a little later about did he get infiltrated. But as far as Kanan, they should have been like, man, you know what? That's a good idea you came up with, Shorty, about the gas station, or that you all right, you smart. But I don't give a damn what you say. We about to wait. You know what I'm saying? Why the hell they get spooked by him talking about who I am? Yeah, somebody that mama put them in. Like, shut your ass up, sit down, and we about to wait.
I feel like Kanan need to get roughed up by his uncles because he's doing too much.
He should have caught a mouth shot or a gut shot. Like,
yeah, he need to get roughed up by them because he's doing too much right now.
He would have definitely called a mouth shot because that was a violation. And that happened all the time in the game, in the hood, especially when you 15. You caught mouth shots, and when you messed up, you got stole on or caught a gut shot all the time. Like, I know and seen this stuff, so like I know that's his mama, but he can't go tell his mama, Uncle Ma punched me. What's she gonna say? What? Why?
He almost lost his damn leg, though. I know that his foot, the way he pulled off in that car.
Right. That was funny. That was funny. But
that was funny.
Yeah, he over there cooking that Mo Better butter and damn near killed everybody with that country crop. You know what I'm saying? That right there, boy, it was high cholesterol indeed. And I don't know, man. He need to learn. I know this is what they call it, Raising Kanan. So we seeing him, grow. And in the dope game, you make some mistakes. As far as them giving out testers the way they do, I mean, I don't know. Everybody little operation is different and stuff, but from what my experience, you would already have a tester or a crackhead or whatever you would have work for you. Their job is to be the smoker. They like you got to pay a minimum wage or nothing. They enjoy getting freebies.
Damn.
So, for them to just be passing out that many like that to random line of people, then they all die. Like, that was crazy. I couldn't believe when I was seeing that. Like, what are they doing? Why are they giving out so many to so many different people? And then that's why the problem is if you only had one person on your payroll, basically on your crack roll as a tester, then you got one person that's gonna die. But you always get consistent feedback because this person always smoke and they always, they can take it or not take it or whatever. And just it's like a trust situation, whereas they got all these people, like how would they know it was good? They all gonna fill out a survey card or what? They all come back right away wanting more. I mean,
basically,
right. So they was gonna come back wanting more no matter what. You know what I'm saying? They crackheads. They what they gonna say?
Talk about eating a booty and stuff like that. Then
they're gonna say I was gonna come back, but you know what? The quality was a little off. I think I'm gonna take a break for a while. I realized that maybe this isn't for me anymore.
And another thing I'm gonna bring back about my theory. Remember when they was at Baisley, Marvin said that the fiends are going for Nic's stuff because everybody knows our stuff has been stepped on too much. So I want to know, where was he getting his stuff? Where did he get that little bit of stuff from?
Okay.
I just felt that they was desperate. You know what I'm saying? It was like a desperate move, a desperate play, trying to get people back because Nic had took everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I think that it was just a bad move, a bad call. People, like he said, what did he say? The ducks to the eagle nest or something like that. Whatever Marvin said, it was like one of those type plays. But like I said it on Twitter the other night. I said Kanan has single-handedly fucked this whole operation up. Every mistake from the very first one of killing Buck 20, and it just been mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake. Now, Rock, she done did her thing. Marvin did their thing. They all had their hand in it. But Kanan got the ball rolling, and he keeping the ball rolling. So it's just a mess. And like I said, I tried to say that with Run the World. Like, everybody can't be good out the gate. You know, we have to get a character arc. We have to get the people coming into their own and learning these lessons and hopefully doing better later on. So, you know, it's just like one of those things. I don't like him. I don't care. I don't like him. I don't even like him in the other one, and I don't like him here. I don't even think they're gonna try to redeem him. Do y'all think they're gonna try to redeem him and try to make him look like
how they did Tariq? Because basically, remember we was mad at Tariq like this in the beginning.
Yes.
In the beginning, I think they are going to turn it around when we start liking him.
I still don't like Tariq. I'm never going to give you a turn when you kill your daddy.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. It's gonna be hard. But I mean, this is season 1, and like I said, I'm trying to figure out like where are we going? Are they trying to make us seem like, because at the end of the day, Ghost put Kanan in jail. Ghost and Tasha. So technically, you know, he kind of started out kind of like a misunderstood villain. Like you know, he's getting revenge because they did this to him, and I'm just trying to figure out like, where are they going with this Kanan? Are they going to try to redeem him in this and try to make Ghost and them be the real villains? Or was something just taken from him? And, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to figure out how they're going to play it. I don't know if they're going to lean into the badness of him, or they're going to try to redeem him some kind of way.
I got a take on that. I'll talk about it later, though.
Okay.
Larry, last word go to you.
I got nothing.
What?
What?
What did you say?
Wait, what? Let me expand my screen.
All right, I'll say something about what you just said there right quick, Nita. So you said about Kanan being like a misunderstood villain. Could he be redeemed? And like Ghost and Tasha, maybe they the villain. Well, remember Ghost and Tasha set him up because they wanted to do like bigger and better things with the business type stuff. Ghost said, like the wash and fold. Like Kanan was doing the parking lot. He was good with just doing the parking lot and selling dope. Ghost said he wanted to do like he eventually wanted to get to the club and stuff. And Kanan wasn't trying to have it. And Ghost worked under Kanan at that time. So instead of killing Kanan, because he said he couldn't kill him, he had so much love for him. That's why he set him up to get him out the way, and that way they could do what they wanted to do. So yeah, that's wrong for setting up your boy and getting him out the way. And then I can understand Kanan wanted revenge as well for that, because they were all cool, like all three of them, him, Tommy, and Ghost, like a little clique. And because I wasn't down with your ideas, you set me up and got me out the way and put me in jail. So in a way, he kind of justified, really. But in the drug game, and like I always say, you can't really trust nobody, everybody criminals. So, you know, it's kind of that way in a way. Jay,
it all really comes back, this whole thing still all comes back to Tasha. If she wasn't a crap mom, this wouldn't have happened. She taught her son how to cook drugs, and he did it wrong, and now he killed people.
Tasha, or you talking about
Tasha?
You mean Rock?
I mean, sorry, Rock.
Okay.
She's a crap mom. She taught her son how to cook drugs.
Well, he didn't cook it wrong. That ingredient was bad.
Bad cook.
She didn't show him that to add
bad
that stuff
ingredient.
in there.
Right.
He listened to them nuts.
The dude,
right.
Yeah, the dude
bad cook.
Gave bad ingredients. If I teach you how to make a cake and I tell you need to put sugar and flour and all of this and salt and then or whatever and then and eggs, and you be like, well, you know what? We ain't got no sugar. I'm gonna just make it anyway.
Right.
Then they come out nasty. You can't be like, well, you taught me. No, I didn't tell you to do that.
Right. But here's this, Jay. If you don't teach him to make a cake, guess what he doesn't do? Go into the kitchen and try and make a cake.
He was
doesn't
gonna
do
do
it.
it on his own anyway. Look at all the crap he's doing now.
Some
I mean,
people,
Look at everything he's doing now.
this is
So
the
if
same.
you don't teach him how to do it, that means he gonna go and find out how to make it anyway. If he got a sweet tooth, he ain't gonna say, "Well, my mama never showed me. I'm never gonna make a cake ever." Oh well, I just eat candy. No, if he want to make a cake, he gonna figure out how to make a cake.
This is the same debate we had with Tasha, and it's the same thing that I said. If you really don't want your son involved with that and you don't want to deal with it, don't show him. Send his ass to military school, something else. But you as a parent don't have to have nothing to do with it. If your child get involved with it on their own accord, that's them. You ain't have nothing to do with it as a parent. And that goes
gave
for
him a
Tasha
cautionary
and
tale too with that. With a lot of things could have went another way, but we wouldn't. We're here because we already went to the end. So it is what it is.
And I just want to say one thing right quick, because people keep talking about ghosts and the security and nobody knew. And they said, somebody said in the comments or something about that ghost thought Kanan was dead after the fire. Well, I mean, he never got security ever. And even when he found out that Kanan was alive, because he did eventually find out after they found out Tariq was kidnapped and all of that stuff, and eventually he found out down the road that Kanan was alive. He still didn't get any security. I mean, he eventually had Milan as security, and then he got rid of him when they actually saved his life.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Which was dumb. Like, so they actually, you hired them, they actually saved your life and it worked, and then you fired them. And he should have had like a guy following him everywhere he went and not hire a professional security company, because that's a liability, because they may say, well, we didn't plan on protecting a drug dealer in his organization. We thought you was a club owner. He should have got another gutter, you know what I'm saying, killer. He should have had Julio work for him. Julio wanted to get out the game in a way once Ghost left. He could have made Julio his right-hand man and paid him, but instead he turned his back on Julio and left Julio to work for, you know, Tommy. He should have brought Julio into the club and started teaching him. Instead, he want to teach Dre. You barely know Dre. Why don't you bring Julio in, make him what you was trying to do with Dre? You already trust Julio. Julio definitely gonna have your back. You saved his life and got him out of the gang.
I didn't understand that either.
Yeah, you trying to help Dre. You don't even know this nosy. And if y'all watch my channel, you know what I mean. This nosy ass dude. And you know, you all he gave him a shot, and we see what Dre did, stabbed him in the back every chance he get, like he was, you know, Jason Voorhees or whatever, you know. I mean, like Michael Myers, he stabbed him so many times, it wasn't even funny. So, you know, Ghost should have had a different place to go instead of having his family all in that one spot, which made him an easy target. That's how Milan ended up in his house that time. And, you know, it just, man, it's a lot with that. I know people want to defend Ghost. Ghost my favorite character in the show, but I'm going to keep it real. Where his problems is problems. Where he was wrong, he was wrong. Where it didn't make sense, it didn't make sense. And that is what it is, you know. He's still my favorite character, but dude was not a good guy, and he made a lot of mistakes.
Right.
Well, it is what it is, people. Your boy out of here. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Me, Moochie, and my Nita replacement on Tuesdays when Nita ain't here. Site. There's no replacing Nita. We might even have a Nita sighting tomorrow. Be sure to subscribe to everybody's channel that's on this panel. Links is all in the description for everybody. Jay Moore is going to keep the conversation going on his channel to that next Sexy as Hell video, which will be tomorrow. We'll see you.
All right, everybody. Peace. We'll be starting in about 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes.